any evidence given by North Korea in any statement. And I'll now go into my constructive points, including a bit of history, and then I'll talk about the demilitarized zone between the two Koreas. First, during the Korean War, the North Korea showed, even though it had less as a technological advantage than compared to South Korea and the American troops stationed there, they still were able to send all the Allied forces down to the southern ports of South Korea in a complete heat overrun, and until the Americans sent some extra forces. This has shown that North Korea, even though they have a technological disadvantage, has the capability to conduct such an invasion. Now, about the demilitarized zone. The forces among the demilitarized zone are hugely outnumbered. The current ratio is for every one Allied troop, so that's South Korean, American, and all those other forces that are there for the South Korea, there are 3 North Korean forces. Yes?
You talked about the demilitarized zone. The new demilitarized zone contains one of the biggest minefields in the entire world, and so it has. And then after that is a border of river and mountains. How are these North Korean soldiers supposed to pass these?
It's called explosives. You just send and mine what's it called? Anti-mine units. Can't remember the exact name. As used in World War II for the invasion of Normandy, they had tanks that had anti-mine weaponry on front, so basically and like a giant flail. That's all that it takes. Takes some usable metal in front of you. Some usable, sorry. Okay, so basically I've shown so far that North Korea has the capability to do so. They have the history of being able to do this. They have a numerical superiority. They have the ability to have foreign backing from international communist countries and other interested parties, and that they have the weaponry needed to make any in-person battles unneeded. Now I'm not going to go into their leadership. When you have a leader who has been theorized by many psychiatrists, psychologists to be mentally unstable, or to be by some insane, and you have no actual sense of what they are going to do. You have no warning. And this man has previously said that he will turn the Seoul River into a mass of blood. You cannot accurately predict any move done on their part, and people like this will even go into a battle that most people would not go into, knowing they would lose. These people will go in there and try to get their people to go until the death. We have no ability to counter this. This is all showing that if we remove this conscription, this 1-to-3 ratio will become even worse and become maybe even perhaps 1-to-6. Under such odds, it is not realistic for us to be able to survive. The traditional ratio needed for an invasion, in a successful land invasion, over the past history, the average is 3 invaders for 1 defender, and they will win. And the only time that ratio has ever been, yes?
South Korea has 5 million troops in reserve. Wouldn't they be able to call those troops in a matter of hours and to serve military service?
However, that ratio still stands 1-to-3. The only time that the ratio of 3 invaders to 1 defender winning and the invader winning have been changed in the past 150 years has been with the French invasion of France, where they actually had about 2-to-1, or even in some battles, the defenders had more people and then they won. And so even then, tactics can win even with a smaller invasion force. Therefore, we have shown that the removal of these 60% of the South Korean defenders would be totally destructive to any chance of us having a suitable defense. How much time do I have?
About a minute.
Oh, okay. So basically, we have shown today that no matter what, and that we have no indication of when this person is going to attack and how. We have gone over how we have a total numerical deficiency here along the front. We have historical events where the North Koreans, even with technological deficiencies, has been able to take on the majority of South Korea. We have have proof, and we have evidence showing that even if they have given a statement of abandoning the nuclear program, they still will probably have continued it, that they have, and that they don't even need to send their ground forces in to win, and how they will have, and how they had the potential for foreign backing. I'd like to thank everybody here again.
Hello everyone. Okay, so, we think Korean conscription should be banned, and we don't need conscription. And we pointed out several points, and before that, I will just what is that? I will say about like how we don't need to have conscription, because Iraq had 1 million troops, but us owned them with a lot less. US owned them with a lot less, and so therefore we don't really need conscription. And what Aaron pointed out, that North Korean is a real threat, and how conscription forces to people to religion, like the religion is Buddhist, and because of the conscription, people may commit suicide, and if they don't go to conscription, they go to jail for 18 months. 18 months is waste of time, and also going to the conscription is waste of time. In 2.5 years, people can develop farther to success themselves, but the South Korean have to go to conscription without any reason, and they do a lot. They start to avoid to going into the army by doing tattoo, homosexuality, or other criminal stuff. So, and people say that they rather be criminal than going to conscriptions. And also, government shouldn't force people to go to conscription, because people have right, and that's not for people's people have right to not go. And also as I said before, North Korea is a real threat, because they are becoming more like a South Korea, and they have North Korea and South Korea are trading a lot of stuff that they need each other, and the relationship between North Korea and South Korea are getting better. So therefore, North Korea isn't always going to attack South Korea. So, and then Kim Jong-il and our South Korea's president make some opportunities to meet families who are in other sides. So that shows that the relationship is getting much better, and so Korean conscription should be banned. And if this bill falls, then people will have more time to prepare their futures. Also, government will not force people, and there will be less social issues and criminals. Thank you.
Okay, and then once again, me and the judges will delegate for us. All right, I now welcome the Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Otto.